And welcome back, guys. I am in beautiful Croatia playing the Croatian League for my club Sveta Nedelja. I've already played here the last time and really enjoyed it. The team is great and the place is as well. Last year I made 8 draws at the start and then lost the last game. Overall it was a pretty decent score because I had pretty strong opponents, and unfortunately this time I started off with a loss. And it's extremely heartbreaking. Like, if we're about to check the game together, and I had a completely winning position. It was like +6 on numerous occasions. I even saw the winning moves, and then in time trouble somehow managed to even lose it. So it took even a lot of power for me to sit down here and record this, because I just feel like I don't know, never playing chess again after such a game. It's just a terrible feeling. But let's have a look at the game. So obviously Jonas Bjerre is an incredibly strong opponent, Danish #1 for many years already. He overtook the longtime Danish #1 before him, Andersen Mads, already a couple of years back. He's also pretty young. He's born in 2004 and has been a 2600 player for many years. And he's always extremely well prepared. And also in this game, he out prepared me. He played this line with bishop b4, which I actually played myself with black many years ago. And it's actually playable. I did not check it before the game. I basically just knew that here you're supposed to go queen c2, then play a3, win the bishop pair, and then just basically play this position. He played e5, I went b4. Here you can see I already spent some time, but yeah, this is still sort of standard. But after a5, I guess that bishop b2 is not entirely necessary, because in the game he took and then I had to take with the bishop. I guess another possibility is e3. I just sort of remembered that something like this was possible, and I actually was thinking of playing this with black. I think it went something along those lines. And those positions generally are okay for black, but yeah, if someone is playing for something, then it's probably white. But I think I mixed this up, that you're supposed to play without bishop b2. Also here, nothing bad has happened, but I'm losing some time here with this. And actually, I would prefer to have the queen on a1 in some of the variations. So he took on a1 and played queen to d7, which looks like a funny move. He was still prepared. But the idea is that he has ideas on both sides. I thought that queen a4 could be an idea sometimes, and obviously queen g4, which, at least practically speaking, was a bit unpleasant, but it still does not justify myself here spending almost 30 minutes. This was kind of the thing that also cost me the game in the end. This is just unacceptable to spend so much time here. And then overall, I anyway made a bad move. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me here. Like, I tell all my students that you should not spend so much time, and then I do it myself. So this is, I just don't have the words for that. And on top of that, d3 is just not a great move as well, because he has the reply b5, which I didn't even see when I played d3. Another possibility was e3 here. I thought that queen a4 could be possible, but I didn't really see how it would continue after there, because if knight a6 or knight c6, I'm just gonna go b5, and I thought knight e4 doesn't do anything because of queen b2. But I didn't want to play e3 because I thought he would go queen g4, and then I don't always want this d3 move. Like, if after d3 he goes queen g4, for example, then I could go for g3, and since I don't have the pawn on e3, this is possible. But it would have still been better to go for that, and then, I don't know, play something, e3, short castle, h3, queen g6, and then I could even play knight h4 and go back. Would have certainly been better than the game. I went d3, and yeah, completely missed this move b5 when I realized that things have certainly gone wrong for me. I played c5 just to keep things closed. Originally I wanted to play e3, but then I realized that after he takes, maybe he doesn't even have to take. But just as an example, he goes something like this. I was quite scared of some knight g5 ideas, or even queen g4. So yeah, then I sort of just tried to minimize the damage by going c5. He played knight d5, queen b3, and here he actually had a nice chance to go for this move queen g4, which I think we both didn't really see the point, as if, I think it was here. If Was it here? I still don't understand like what's happening after queen d5. Because queen b4, there's knight d2. Yeah, this is the point which the computer is seeing. Queen a3 here. Okay, this is quite difficult. He went bishop b7, now e4, knight to f4. I also thought that, well, if he goes for something like castle, I'm gonna go e4, bishop e2, short castle, and thought I should be fine. Should still probably be around equal, but at least I have the bishop here, and I was thinking about something like this. Shouldn't be worse for me. So he went for this, which was good. Knight f4, g3, but now he played this move queen g4, which was probably a bit too ambitious. Said he should just go back knight e6 when the position would probably be equal. But he went queen g4, and now I went for knight g1. I saw the alternatives knight d2 and knight h4, which apparently are +1 already. But I thought that this is a bit safer because I'm avoiding knight h3 and some other things. Yeah, anyway, no explanation for this part of the game. He went knight g6, another mistake. He should have gone back to e6 when another point of knight g1 was that I thought I could go bishop h3. But I was anyway looking at this when I was also thinking that he shouldn't have any problems. The knight on g6 is not really doing so much. So bishop e2, queen d7, knight to f3. Apparently not the best, maybe h4 immediately is better. No, this is fine. Knight f3, short castle, now h4. h6, otherwise if I get h5, h6 it could be unpleasant for him. So h6, h5. Knight e7, I took, went short castle, and here he was probably panicking unjustifiably so. He went king h7 with the idea to go f5, but now I'm in time to play d4 myself. And here I just overtook the game and already have a pretty big advantage. Instead, he should play something like knight a6, I think the computer is saying, but also something like knight c6 I thought should not be too bad for him. So he played king h7, d4, now he took on e4. I also thought he could go f6, but I was thinking about a couple of options like rook d1, for example, when generally now I have the bishop pair, he still lacks a bit in development, and yeah, after rook d1 I'm threatening to take here. So he took on e4, d takes e5, knight c6, rook d1, I thought that was natural, he has to go d5, knight to d2, queen f5, otherwise I just take on e4. Anyway, take on e4, he has to take with a pawn. If queen takes e4, there's bishop d3. Queen c3, rook c8. Now e6, I played queen c5, e6 doesn't do anything because he can just go f6. So queen c5, now queen e6, and here I'm just completely winning. I play queen e3, and now the pawn on e4 is falling. Instead of queen e6, he should apparently go for queen g5 when it's only around +1. But he played queen e6, now queen e3, and I thought the game would be over pretty soon because yeah, there's no way for him to stop queen takes e4. If queen f5, I thought I can even go g4 and then take on e4 on the next move. So he played f5, I took, g takes f6, queen f4, rook f8, and yeah, here it's just +5 with numerous ways. I took on b5, which was already sort of unnecessary. I saw the winning move bishop g4, but then for some reason decided against it. If f5, there's rook d6, and he can just resign on the spot. And I was thinking about some queen a2 or queen b3, but I just have so many different ways. If queen b3, I can go rook d7, I can go bishop f5. Just anything is winning at this point. But I took the pawn on b5, which is still winning. He played knight d5, queen back to d2. But at least now some of my attack is coming to a halt. My original idea when I took on b5, I actually kind of missed knight d5, was that I wanted to take on d5, queen takes d5, and now queen c7. But then I realized that after rook f7, queen takes c6, he can play queen d1 check, and I cannot even get something like this. Because here he can just go queen f3, and it's just a perpetual at this point. I mean, I can go bishop f1, and still, like, I should never ever in my life lose this position as well. But I thought that there should be something more out of the position. Also here I could go bishop c6. I was also thinking about that, when also something like this would give me excellent winning chances. But I went queen d2, which is the best move. Knight takes b4. Bishop c4, rook d8, and here I just started panicking with seconds on my clock. I went queen d4. Instead, a move like rook b1, for example, would have been the best, but there are also other continuations, like I guess rook e1 is also very powerful. Queen e4 just doesn't do anything. I cannot take on b4, that's a problem, because here if I take here, then rook takes d1 is possible. So I played queen d4, which felt sort of logical to me, but all of a sudden I don't have any more threats after queen f5, and again I started panicking, made a completely senseless move, queen to a7. I was thinking about rook e1 first, but then I was panicking because there's knight c2. I think I can even still go for that, because in the end I have the move rook d5, rook d4, and I win back the piece. But that's probably a draw already. So I went queen a7. I was still very optimistic at this point, because I just completely underestimated his counterplay. And here he already has e3, and I could not find any way to defend this at this point. Rook f1 is still okay for me, but then with seconds on the clock I took on e3, and after rook g7 it was move 39. I would have anyway lost on time probably, and the position is already lost at this point as well, so there was no point, and here I resigned. So yeah, not the most cheerful of all recaps which I've ever recorded. I'm just incredibly upset about this. Like, if I would have lost out of the opening, because I just played the opening terribly as well, there's just no excuse for that, to play d3 after 30 minutes of thinking, then it would have been sort of acceptable. But then to at least play some moves sort of okay, and then just to lose this position is just unbelievable. So I still don't have the words for that. Like, I don't know why I didn't go bishop g4 at this point. It's just such an easy move. Just everything is coming. Rook d7 or bishop f5, and here he can basically just resign in a couple of moves. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to recover from this game, especially considering that tomorrow I'm playing against Ivan Šarić with the black pieces, which is never an easy task. But yeah, I'll try to get my mind off of things, and hopefully survive to live and see another day. And also, it was, well, obviously it was my fault. I mean, that is how it always is. The time management was a problem, as it typically is for me, and so yeah, that was my own fault, and hopefully I'm gonna do better in the following games. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and apologies for the highly depressing recap today. I hope you still enjoyed it, and at least found some value, or maybe some conciliation if you've also lost games like this in the past. It can happen. It shouldn't happen, but it can even happen to a grandmaster. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.